Okay guys, so as you can see the sign says Village Way, and a bit like I was saying in one of my other videos the other day, how a lot of the sort of areas of London, particularly the suburbs particularly, but even some of the, even closer in to the city of London, certain areas like Brixton and various other places, they, like I say, they would have started off hundreds of years ago as little villages, and as they grew, got bigger, and what have you sort of thing, that they would then eventually amalgamate with smaller villages and incorporate other villages, and then become small towns and so on and so on, and then eventually just get incorporated within, you know, obviously London itself essentially. So, but a lot of them will still retain that, what's the name of village, you know. So this is where we're coming up to now. We're coming up to a place called Dulwich Village. But you've also got like East Dulwich, West Dulwich. But essentially this is like the main sort of thoroughfare, if you like, the main, what's the name of Dulwich Village. And like I say, as you can see, the properties and stuff around here are quite, you know, some of them are quite grand, as it were. So anyway, we're coming through underneath the railway. I usually go over that bridge, you know, when I'm going to Bromley South, places like that. And because I've travelled down there, I've even done a couple of videos. I'm sure you guys have, I presume you guys have seen those videos that I've done. Bromley South. Well, that's the train line that we would go over. That's where we would go over. So as you can tell and see, that, like I say, I do know this area quite well. I go through it, I've been in it, I've even, in fact, I'll wait until we get to the village and I'll tell you a little, well, tell you a couple of little stories, but I'll tell you a particular personal little story. Look at that, that's gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. I like the little driveway, sheltered by the trees, like, but you got the sun in the background. That's nice. I like that, that's really nice. There's some really nice little places, you know. I mean, obviously you got the trains going over, so that can be a bit noisy, I guess, at times, but otherwise, you know, so it's pleasant, isn't it? I mean, again, like I say though, I mean, the thing is, no matter where you go, virtually, within London, that you're not far from noise. So, I mean, but that's another thing as well. What I've noticed sometimes as well, what sounds loud to me out here in the street doesn't always necessarily sound that loud on the video, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, anyway, so we continue up here, and then I've got to try and work out exactly which way I go from there. I mean, it should be signposted, so I don't think we'll have too much trouble, but I'm trying to think, actually. I mean, once I get there, once I get to this main part, once we get to the village, I'm pretty sure I can work out exactly where I need to go from there. Look at this one here, look. Look, there's some really nice houses. They're really nice. Really, really cute. So, and like I say, there's a train station just on the, I think it's on the left hand side of us, I think, no, right hand side, sorry. So there's a train station. You just seen that train going across there, you might have heard it. Well, going across there, just around this corner, on the left, going to the left, is a train station, Dulwich train station. So, you know, in terms of like amenities and transport, you know, it's pretty well connected. So, okay, right. So we're going to be turning right at this corner, at this junction. Trying to, do you know, I really need to get myself a steady cam. Try and keep these. I'm trying to keep this as steady and as smooth as possible. But sometimes, you see, like I just mentioned to one of my regular can't speak again. One of my regular subscribers, Silky, and I was saying to her that, because like she pointed out the fact that the church was 200 years old and it said so on the sign, and it did. It's just that I don't always pay attention, because, you know, as I'm talking and as I'm filming, I'll be looking all over the place. I'll be looking around me, so wherever I'm pointing the camera, I'll probably be looking in the opposite direction. And mainly that's because I'm trying to look round to see if I can spot things that might be of interest, but also just, you know, kind of keeping an eye on what's going on around me as well. And I guess that's a bit of a throwback from when I lived on the streets, you know. It's just kind of, you know, it's a sort of force of habit, sort of just keeping an eye on my environment. Do you know what I mean? I mean, not that necessarily there's anything untoward, but, you know, I guess it's just old habits die hard, I guess. Anyway, we're right now, so we're actually coming into Dulwich village itself. So like I say, as you can see, the houses are much bigger. They've got like their own individual gardens around them. So as you can imagine, this area is quite an affluent area, believe it or not. I mean, I don't know whether you can tell that from this or not, but it is. It's quite an affluent area, like I say. Most of the people around here will more than likely be working, and probably working in quite well paid jobs, more than likely, I imagine. But obviously, you know, like anywhere in the world, you know, there's always exceptions to these things, and there's no, you know, there isn't any one, oh, sorry, I have completely lost what I'm trying to say. Never mind. Right, okay. So I'm thinking I'll keep filming, because we're really literally, you know, just yards away from the sort of little quaint little shopping area. And that's another thing, you see, I love about this, because it really is like a village. It's like a little quaint little village that you find anywhere in England. You know, and like I say, you know, you wouldn't really think that you was in a big major city in that sense. You know, and it's still fairly nice and quaint, you know what I mean, and picturesque. So that's kind of why I'm thinking, no, I'll keep filming now, because, you know, don't want you guys to miss out on this necessarily. It's just that I might dry up on terms of commentary and stuff, because, you know, from my perspective, although we're essentially right on top of the road now, just round this next bend, and it's where it gets more picturesque, if you like. You can see some shops already over there, but as I said, when we walk further down here, you'll see how much more sort of picturesque and sort of quaint the shops kind of get. So, but as I said, well, like I was trying to say is, from my perspective, as I'm walking along, it seems longer in that sense than perhaps it would do for you guys from your perspective. So, right, we carry on straight ahead. I'm pretty sure we don't turn any corners here. But it's kind of weird because, you know, for some reason, mind you, it has been a while since I actually walked down here. I mean, I've been through it, I've been past it on the train, I've gone through it on a bus, back down the other end actually, not this end. So, I must admit, I've actually, now wait a minute, there's something a little bit, doesn't seem quite right here somehow. What am I missing? What is going on? Something, I'm pretty sure we don't go up that way. Pretty sure we don't go up that way. No, hang on, no, it is carry on. No, it's alright, so it's just me. Don't worry guys, it's because I'm thinking of the place we're going to go to at the same time as trying to also work out exactly where I am. So, right, you see, look, there's West Norwood on the sign. Look at the signs even. I mean, even the signs are kind of, do you know what I mean? I mean, it's not like your bog standard metal boring street sign like, you know what I mean? It's quite cool. But yeah, West Norwood's down there. I'll take you to West Norwood one day. You got North Dulwich Station and Camberwell that way. Dulwich College and Dulwich. Right. Okay. So, oops. Right. Well, that look a nice graveyard over there. Oh yes. Right. Anyway, we're coming into the village itself now, proper. I kind of miscalculated slightly there. Like I said, it has been a while, you see. It's been a while since I was down here. Right, okay. Yeah. Right, right, one of the other things I wanted to tell you is the little story, like I said, I wanted to tell you. So, I can't remember how many years ago this was. Trying to think now off the top of my head. You know, I don't know actually. Would it have been my 40th? I don't know actually, I can't remember. Anyway, came down here for my birthday one time. This was, oh man, this was, how far back would this have been? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't remember, to be perfectly honest with you. But anyway, I came down here one time with my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, Joanne, and she brought me here for a meal to celebrate my birthday. And I'll show you the place we had the meal in. So look, now you can see these little quaint little shop things that I was talking about. You see what I mean? See how sort of quaint and villagey it looks, which is really cool. It's really nice. Aren't these nice? Look, really nice little houses. Like, I'll just give you a moment to sort of kind of take them in a little bit. Sometimes I'm also consciously aware that sometimes when I play these back, that sometimes I think I'm going a bit too fast with them. So I am conscious of trying to slow down a little bit. See, look at this little barber's thing here. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You see, it's really nice. So I'll try and remember to linger a little bit longer on things if possible, unless it starts feeling a bit uncomfortable, if there's people in the shop, and you know, I don't like to say, you know, otherwise people might start thinking, you see, now that's a big pub over there, big hotel boozer thing, and obviously that's now being obviously renovated or done up or whatever you call it, and you can see there's a little bit of renovation going on here. But you see, look how cute this all looks. It's really nice. You know, I love little places like this. I always have done. Don't know why, they just feel so nice and calm and quaint, and do you know what I mean, sort of thing. And like I say, this is only well, maximum of 20 minutes walk from my place, basically. Do you know what I mean? It's not too far. I mean, like I say, I mean, you know, sometimes I could get the bus or whatever, or whatever. But you know, even just walking, especially on a reasonably nice day, although it was raining earlier on, but obviously it's stopped now. But you see, look, you see, you got these little quaint little shops and stuff, and you know. So anyway, yeah. So like I was saying, Joanne, my ex-girlfriend, she brought me here one time for my birthday, and she'd bought me a suit that day as well. So I was like, kept on doing the old joke, of course, of like, you know, sort of every time, you know, I was talked to the waitress or anybody sort of thing, it'll be a sort of like, oh yeah, this is, what do you think of my birthday suit? Do you know what I mean? Because it was a suit that my girlfriend had bought me for my birthday. Do you know what I mean? So it was my birthday suit, you know. So that was quite funny. I thought it was funny anyway. But anyway, this is where she brought me for my meal, for my birthday meal. It's the Café Rouge. I always say Café Rogue because of my dyslexia, but I know it says Café Rouge, but I pronounce it Rogue because that's just me being funny. But it's a lovely little place. It's a French restaurant thing. You get them all over London, probably all over the, what's the name? I mean, I imagine, you know, because it's a chain. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe the franchise. I don't know actually. Never really thought about it, but yeah. So you got the Café Rogue. Oh God, see, I mean the Café Rouge there, and that's where she took me for my birthday meal one evening. It was a really nice evening. Really enjoyed it. you know, for me it was a special thing because, like I said to you before, on lots of my other videos, for somebody like me that's come from a working class background, that has lived on the streets, homeless, destitute for most of my life one way or another, to eat in a very, to me, posh and swanky place. I know there are posher and swankier, more upmarket places possibly, well, definitely than this place, but to me, you know, it was like, it was just, you know, an amazing experience, to be quite honest. It really was. You know, it's not something that happens to me every day of the week. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, for me, it was like, these are memories and experiences that I will keep with me for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Because the thing is that, as I said, you know, it's not something that in my lifetime generally I would experience. So they're quite special moments and quite, you know, I'll treasure those moments. I will. I'll treasure those memories. You know, I'll never forget that. It was a really, really nice evening, and to experience that, you know what I mean? So, right, okay. So as you can see, there's a sign saying Dulwich Village over there. I don't know if you can read that properly. See those big houses over there as well. Right, now, again, you have to bear with me. Now, the thing is, because I've talked so much, and we've walked and talked quite a bit now, because we've walked and talked quite a bit, we're kind of, in fact, I can see the place we're going to from here, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of like, do I stop the vlog now and then restart, or do I just keep on vlogging? Now, I don't know how long this has gone on, because unlike with some people, I think they actually have maybe a little thing that shows them how long they've been vlogging for, or whatever, on their iPhones or whatever. I can't tell on this, to be honest. There's nothing that indicates, and if it is, it's way too small for me to be able to see, but I'm pretty sure there isn't anything on there that tells me how long this has been going. So, right, so let me show you exactly where we're going. Hopefully it's open. I'm hoping it's open. I mean, it could be closed, but nah, it should be open, I think. So here we go, Dulwich Village, folks. It's a really pretty place. It really is pretty. So right, so the place we're going is over the road where those gates are. Well, kind of where those gates are. I guess it's more kind of, well, actually, in fact, there, look, I guess I kind of almost gave it away down there before, and I think maybe the sleuths amongst you who might have worked out what it was from when I looked at that other sign down the road there. So here we go, shonk, gonk, gonk, gonk. Look, Gallery Road. So any guesses as to where we're actually going? Yes, we're going to an art gallery. Yes. So this is Dulwich Art Gallery. Now the thing is, like I said, and as I've reiterated countless times, even in this video, that, you know, I've been meaning to come to this gallery for a long time. I've been promising myself for ages and ages, kept saying, oh, we must go and do this, we must go and do this. And like I say, for one reason or another, I put it off, you know, for either because I just didn't feel like it at the time, or I was busy doing something else, or whatever, or I just forgot. So today, like I say, I was sat indoors for a little bit and it was raining, and I was thinking, like, where can we go? So, and then I suddenly remembered I haven't been to Dulwich Art Gallery. So here we are. So look, you see how sort of countrified it looks around here as well, but some of that is sports field for school, I think, and just another sort of, what's it? Oh, right, hang on. Now, where are we? God, blimey. You see, even I'm a bit... Now, I think the entrance to the gallery is actually that way, but whilst we're here, let's just have a quick look. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. See, look, what's this here? So, there we go. Gallery Road, Old Cottage and Dulwich Picture Gallery. So, here we are. So, there's a sort of chapel-y thing. I mean, this is cute and all. Look at this. This is really nice. So, Look at this, look at this. Wow. How cool is this place? You see, and like I say, this is the first time I've ever been here. I've never actually been here before. Not on this bit. Like I say, don't get me wrong, I've walked down these roads, either one. That one over there, you can see through the gap over there, and the one I've just been walking on, but I've never actually stepped foot in here. Quite amazing, eh? Reminds me of like cloisters kind of thing. Shall we have a little walk up here a minute? Now I think the gallery's on the other side of this, so I don't think we can actually enter the gallery this way. So, but I thought whilst we're here, and considering I've never been on this bit before, I mean, look at these leaded windows. How cool is that? Yeah, so cool. And I love that roof. For some reason, I look at that, and just the top bit of it at least particularly, but maybe even from the clock upwards, I start thinking of the Addams Family house. For some reason, that's what it reminds me of. Oh dear, look at the gargoyles on there as well. Look. Can you see the gargoyles sticking out? Ooh, my jacket's really tight actually. I'll put the wrong jacket on today. Look, can you see the gargoyles? There they are, sticking out, look. Look like little dragons from my perspective. But it's difficult to tell, even on the screen, even though I've zoomed right into them. It's a bit difficult to tell whether they're dragons or what, to be quite honest. But anyway, so like I say, let's have a little walk along, which has a feel of sort of cloisters almost. You know, it's like, see, it's like a cloister, isn't it? That's really cool. I think we'll have a look at the statue later, but let's go. I think we can go back out this way, and we can go to the gallery. So let's go and have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. So there we go. You see, the gallery's here, I think. So let's go and have a look. And that's the other beauty of this as well, as far as I'm aware, and I hope I am right in this, that most galleries and museums generally in London are free. So that's another good thing, because I ain't got any money right now. So all being well, it ain't going to cost us anything. So I think we shall have a look. So here we are, guys. This is the picture gallery. First time ever walking in here. Never been in here before. So, not sure. Oh, that's offices and blah blah blah. Right, so okay, this looks like to be the main entrance. So, here we go. How cool is this? Wow, like I say, we're walking in this together for the first time ever. Wow. Right, I'm just going to stop the video just for now, just until I can get inside and know exactly where we're going. So, catch you guys in a bit.